Alright, today we have two knives. I got this in a, what is it called here? It's a value pack from Gerber. Comes with the EVO Jr drop point fine edge one-handed opening knife. And the EVO drop point serrated edge cutout handle with pocket clip. Yeah. So pretty much, what can I say about this right now? All I can say is I bought this for, I'm not too sure, it was not that much. I think like $30 I think, and a bit for shipping, so it wasn't too bad. I'm going to try to fit two knife reviews here into one video, so if you feel like I didn't do one knife justice and I should do a more in-depth one, just tell me about it. So yeah, first off we'll talk about the EVO Jr. This is the EVO Jr. It has a blade length of 2.75 inches. As you can see, it's a nice flip out one. I'm not sure if I showed that right. It's hard to tell on the camera. There we go. Nice flip out one like that. This thing comes, the pack comes with these little kind of knife blunters or something like that. You don't actually have to put them on. I put them on just for hell of it. Safety reasons, I guess. Anyways, let me just talk about this really quickly. As you can see, it's a stainless steel. Actually, let me get the specifics on the back of the box so I don't get complaints later. Let's see, one-handed opening with a finger flip that doubles as a protective finger guard. Feature strong, oh sorry, I keep moving that off. Feature strong titanium nitride coated 440 stainless steel blades with lightweight anodized aluminum cutout handles. Pocket clip allows for easy care. Who cares about that? Anyways, so what we have here is we got the mini knife. This is, I guess, the little brother to it. These come in different colors. They come in black and silver. I think there's different variations to the blade as well, serrated, half serrated, and whatnot. One thing that I'll say is that I was kind of disappointed in these two knives. I'm going to talk about the other one too in this one, because when I first got it, they were very poorly, how do I put it? I wouldn't say lubricated, but I know that they are very difficult to get out. I mean, I was pushing as hard as I could on the little, I guess, notch there, and it would not come out, and I had to like open it almost like a manual knife, and that was already hard enough. But I put some WD-40, look for that. You can probably get something better than WD-40, I don't know. That's just what I used, and I applied a generous amount. I can't tell you how much exactly, because I shouldn't even say generous. I doused it. I just poured it all in here. You want to pour it all in this area so it'll come out nice and smooth. And that actually worked out very well, because now I can do the one-handed opening. And how I'm doing this one-handed opening is with a Carson flipper, I believe they call that, or a flipper knife. It works the same way as the, I guess, what was it, the first knife I did, the Smith & Wesson C5TB whatever. Anyways, you can check that one out. But it works the same way almost, except this time it has it on the back instead of using the thumb notches. Now, thumb notches, to me, I find that there's almost like a trick to get the thing out. It's actually kind of painful if you don't do it right, because you're just pushing on a knife. I mean, I don't like doing it with this small one because it actually seems a lot more difficult. You gotta like push it to the side, and you gotta push it up at the same time. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of a skill. It takes a bit of practice, but overall, I mean, you're gonna want to use the thumb notches. First of all, it's much more easier, and it looks a lot more cooler. It looks more like a switchblade. It's not, yet again, so don't think it's a switchblade. This is a fairly good knife. One complaint that I have about it, my hands aren't even, wet or anything. The handle, it's got no grip. Smith & Wesson, for example, I like comparing it to the Smith & Wesson just because they're kind of a similar design. The Smith & Wesson has some grip to it, has nice grip. This has absolutely no grip. It's slippery, it's smooth, which is a disadvantage. Another problem that I have with this is these holes right here. Now, they're not smooth. I'm not going to say they're sharp. I'm not going to say you can't cut yourself on it. It's unlikely you're going to cut yourself putting your finger in there. But it is not smooth. It's actually quite kind of sharp. So it really feels like it got kind of, just put in a manufactured line, punched holes, no smoothing whatsoever. So that might be something to consider as well. So there's a bit of a low grip and whatnot, but overall, the EVO Jr. It's not a bad knife. It's actually pretty good. Small size, not as small as the SOG. What was it? SOG Flash 1, but it would serve its purpose. Blade is nice and sharp, at least for me. I like it. So, and you know, if I only paid $30 for both of them, that's only about let's see, $15, yeah, and with shipping. So I mean, if you get this in a store for $15, I know some taxes are different in other places, but hey, you know, 15 bucks for that, I'd say that's a pretty fair deal, even though it wasn't that well oiled. So remember that oil around there, even on this one, in case it's stiff, because it might come stiff. Mine were very, very stiff, and that'll prevent you from having to take apart the knife or do anything else complicated with it. And anyways, we'll just talk about this one now. This is the EVO, no Junior, nothing really different about it, except that it is absolutely gigantic compared to the EVO Jr. As you can see, it also comes with a little thing like that, but who cares? As you can see here, just kind of compare these two. I'd say the EVO is actually probably about twice the size of the EVO Jr. Maybe or maybe, I don't know, 50% more. I'm not sure exactly, but the EVO has a, what is it, 3.5-inch blade. So you know, it's about an inch longer on the blade. This one has serrations on it. Serrations are fairly nice and deep. Let's see if we can focus. There we go. Serrations are fairly deep, like that. Plain edge blade. Definitely, this, like I normally always say, I'm lucking out with these knives. They're always sharp when they come out of the box, so that's always good. Again, biggest problem with it is that the handle is not very, it doesn't have that much grip. It's pretty slidey. I mean, your hands don't really have to be moist or anything, and it'll feel a little bit slidey. The only thing that really kind of pluses it is the fact that they have this notch right there, which I guess can act as kind of a grip if you need to do some jabbing or something like that. But other than that, there's really not much to hold it in. Same problem with these holes there too. Again, it just feels like they're stamped out, weren't smoothed out, fairly sharp. I mean, they're not gonna, like I said, they're unlikely to cut you. I doubt they're gonna cut you, but they do feel sharp. You'd have to feel the knife to understand really what I'm saying, but you can just trust me on that. I mean, if you work with metal or something and you just punch it out and you don't really smooth it out or anything, it feels like that. I mean, I don't really know. Just saying. Thumb notch here again. It's a little bit easier with the bigger ones, I find, because I don't know why, just probably because they're bigger, but I know they're a lot more easier to use. I find the smaller one with the thumb notches, it seems a bit more painful to make, because it's just it's a smaller notch. You got to push on it, and you're using a thumb, and you know, you got to kind of put some weight into it. I mean, here's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to be pushing up. Like, this isn't like the Smith & Wesson where you could just kind of push it wherever you damn well feel like it. This one, it takes a bit of practice after a few tries. You push it out to the side, and then it comes out. As you can see, I almost slipped out there just because there's no grip on this knife. And yeah. But again, Carson, or not Carson, well, I guess it's a Carson flipper. The flipper notch, probably the best way to do it. Nice and easy, comes out very nice. Nice big knife, cuts well. What else? Both of these are liner locks, just to let you know. No safety on this whatsoever, really. So, I guess some people would find that as maybe a disadvantage, or maybe not. I think it's fairly good that it doesn't have a safety, because it doesn't really need it. So, about $30 for both of these knives here. I would definitely recommend checking them out if you get the chance to. Just remember, if they're a little bit stiff, oil this area. I use WD-40, generous amount. Other than that, check them out. Pretty good price, and I will have more knife videos up very, very soon.